Alright, so this is a video that I was going to do last night, but things got a little crazy in the old household. We had our younger German Shepherd puppy get neutered yesterday, so that was fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and... sorry, drinking coffee. It's still early for me. But we're going to go ahead and jump into some roll action. This is a Blue Ridge Bounty qualified break, and for this particular video it was going to be all nickels, so I ended up with 12 rolls of nickels that I had picked up at the old bank, but decided, hey, you know, let's go ahead and throw in a few quarters as well. So it's kind of like a mixer, but I think it's more of a bonus of 4 quarter rolls. So we're going to go through all of this. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Blue Ridge Bounty Pool, it's a collection of cash based off of the finds in the rolls in these videos. It could be an error, it could be a variety of some sort, a doubled die, an RPM, a transitional, you name it. For each one I find, I add $2.50 to the pool. Now, there are some circumstances where I do kind of like a special, you know, bonus or something to that effect for a specific video. So we got these 12 rolls of nickels. So I had added in a special set of circumstances for this particular video only. It's going to go ahead and pop up on screen here. So in this case, any pre-1950 nickels I do find, I will add $2.50 each. We call this kind of like a little accelerator bonus. These nickels are not worth $2.50, mind you. So that's an extra little perk, pre-1950 for each one. 2009 nickels, since they are kind of like the modern key, they're tougher to find. And I will be awarding $2.50 into the Blue Ridge Bounty Pool. Okay, now you will see the updated totalization at the end of the video. And then we're going to go ahead and do another video later in the week, and then just continue on. And then at the end of the month, we're going to go ahead and give the collection of money away to one random guest. So we're going to use the random comment picker, and the video to enter is actually going to be in the description box below. So if this is your first time here, make sure you join up in that particular video and do exactly as it says. Again, there's no obligation. Watch the videos. Hopefully I pull some really great stuff, you know, vouch for me. And then we give away cash at the end of the month. And the idea is to give away $100, $200, $300, $400, however much it is at the end of the month. But this is kind of like a reward for you guys to watch these long, overbearing coin roll hunting videos, which are in a way popular for certain channels. And we're going to go ahead and kind of duplicate it here. All right, so our beginning bounty pool is $52.50 based off of the previous video. So you're going to see that right down here. And we are going to go ahead and start from that point forward. Let's go ahead and open up a couple of these customer wrap rolls. Let's go ahead and get in a little bit closer here for you guys. And let's go ahead and get started. So I want to thank everyone for joining in this morning. Sorry it's a day late and $1 short. But let's go ahead and add some money to this pool. All right, so this is an unusual paper roll here, Magnif Incorporated. I've never seen that or heard of it before, but there you go. It might take me a couple videos to get the lighting just down. I don't want it to be too bright or too reflective on the coins for you guys. It needs to be a viewing experience. So for the most part, I'm gonna go through all the coins, and then I'm gonna go through it again off camera in case I missed anything, because there's a lot of rolls, there's a lot of coins. We're gonna try and breeze through this. Now I have a 45-minute time limit that I'm trying to stay within, just for, you know, storage purposes. I'm gonna be able to upload this thing. There you go. I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, let's see what we could find in here, and hopefully we hit that time down perfectly. So how's everyone's day going? Happy hump day. It's Wednesday as you're watching this video. Hopefully everybody's doing well and you guys are hunting some big stuff out there. All right. So there's half a roll already. All right. So there you go. That one's gone. That one's gone. All right, so like I said, any sort of error that we come across, whether it's a cut or a misaligned die or laminations or big honking die chips, okay, those all qualify for money toward the bounty pool. A lot of fun. So let's have fun doing this. It's the least I could do. As you guys know, nickels have those pretty neat silver wartime nickels. Hopefully we find 1 or 2 or 10. Each one will earn $2.50 into the bounty pool. Pretty easy stuff. Trying something different, and we're going to be doing this all throughout the rest of the year. Kind of call it a virus fighter, I guess, you know. Everybody is trying to get through these particularly weird days ahead. Summer just doesn't quite feel like summer if you're not allowed to go to the community pool because of, you know, all the things going on. Or maybe that fun water park that you guys like to go to every year. So that's roll 1 in the books. So we do have another customer wrap roll. Let's go ahead and do this one. It looks like someone had put their address label or something on there, or maybe something with their account number. That's a good thing they scraped it off. I think the big horror story I've had was actually getting some rolls, and whoever had turned them in had left their account number on there, and either a teller or a manager didn't even scrape it off. So that was kind of crazy. A little unsettling because that's, you know, pretty important information. All right, so we're on our second roll here. Nothing incredible yet, but we are going to change all that for sure. So with a lot of these Denver minted coins, there's really not a lot of varieties that can be found. I guess the big exception is, let's see, the 2005 D Bison nickel with that one was ugly, with the speared buffalo reverse, which is cool. I've never personally found one, but they are fantastic. They're a strong variety, that's for sure. And what it is it's a die gouge on there. So let's see if we can find one of those 1975 high D mint mark coins. Q David Bowers actually had a bounty on that coin. I believe it was $1,000. Although that was 10 years ago, and I don't think he's doing the bounty anymore. But that was a cool kind of perspective find out there. He was looking actually for a high grade mint state, you know, like a mint state 65 type of that coin. I mean, the guy is a millionaire, but he is also pretty old. He's probably in his 80s. All right, so we got our first significant coin. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay anything to the bounty because it's not pre-1950, but I usually keep everything pre-1960, so 59 and under. You know, it's got a mint mark. It might have an RPM, but it's not going to be a cherry picker's guide variety. But I do keep those aside, and I kind of hoard them all. I have rolls upon rolls of pre-1960 nickels, and it's fine. I like it. And that's the joy of collecting. And I, you know, somewhere down the line, I usually use those coins to fill albums. All right, so, you know, getting a 1938 to current date nickel album is actually quite easy. Get my handy flat blade tool here. Flat blade screwdriver wins every time. All right, so we are on to roll number 3. Let's go ahead and do something here. All right, you gotta love just the machining damage, the crimper damage on the end coins. I always cower in fear every time I see one of those, hoping that it's not a key date, or, you know, if it was a 39D or something like that, that would be unfortunate. So thank you guys again for joining. These are not quick videos. 69. It looked old for a second. Yeah, thank you for joining. It should be a nice long video. We're trying to aim for around 40 minutes on this one. Nickels are generally a little bit easier for me to go through. They're smaller coins, easier to grip, I guess, especially wearing these gloves. Much, much better. Now, I did come across a few Philadelphia modified portrait nickels in there that I'll go through. There might be something. Yeah, they got the DDRs on them, although they're not a major variety of any type, you know. Ooh, mint mark's nice and low on the 71. Yeah, you find some pretty interesting stuff. Before 1989, the U.S. Mint used to hand punch the mint marks into the working dies, okay? Today, they're integrated as part of the design on the master die, or the master hub, rather. So that way, when they push the design detail onto the working die, all right, it's going to have the mint mark already in place, and it's where it's located in relation to the date is always going to be the same, unless they make a new master hub or master die or whatever. Yeah, it's a hub, bub. So, all right, so we are 3 rolls down. Nothing substantial yet. Sorry for the camera movement there. A little bump. We have a dark coin there. Could that be a silver? Or just a really dirty coin? Let's find out. All right, so 85D, 81. No, yep. Not what you want to find, but oh well. So there's the bison right there. This one does not have, because you could easily see it, especially on video with the zoom in, but you would be able to see that die gouge running through the center of Black Diamond there. Black Diamond is the name of the buffalo, modeled after the original buffalo nickel way back in 1913 to 1938. And there you go. You guys already knew that, though. 82. We are due for probably, let's see, we got 8 more rolls left after this one here. We're due for probably 4 or 5 pre-1950s. So 03. Okay, down there a last little bit in this one. Just another one of those Denver. Nothing there. I always like filling up this tray with coin after we're all set and done here. 13. eventually I will have full boxes. And those particular videos will probably be cut down into maybe 3 separate videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, because of the length. You guys know what to expect on those particular videos. Lengthwise, the time on them is just amazingly long. I haven't found a 2009, and I would probably say maybe before the holidays. If I had to guess, it's been a little while. It's another 05 Bison. No gouge on that one. Yeah, keep an eye on those die break cuts too. They pop up when you least expect it. They even show up on Denver's in a few of these dates of Jefferson's. So it's gonna look like just a bulge. Some people will look at it and say, "Oh yeah, someone probably mounted that thing onto jewelry, so it's damaged." But there's certain things you gotta look for. You gotta look for the weakness on the corresponding reverse side of the cud. That's important. So while I'm going through these, I wanted to address something because I've had a few people comment in the videos, most specifically the videos where you could find, a double die or, something substantial. And then what do you do? What do you do from there to sell it? A lot of people want to sell the stuff that they find. First of all, you got to make sure it's attributed correctly, because if you're sitting there trying to sell something that maybe you've heard on YouTube and it's completely incorrect, you're going to have a hard time. It might even dissuade you from actually wanting to get into the hobby, okay? Because coin collecting is a hobby first, and it's all educational, right? It's like anything else we do in life. You got to learn how to do something in order to excel at it. So if you're trying to just right off the bat try to sell a coin, and you've only been doing this for a month, and you're kind of sticking to your guns, everybody that you come across, and you're, whether you're on Facebook, you're trying to sell a coin that you believe is an error or a double to die, and they're telling you things like, "Whoa, that's machine doubling." Okay, you have to be open to that kind of criticism. Okay, you can't hit it out of the park first shot. There are people that have been in the business, in this hobby, for, on average, 5 years, and have done exceedingly well because they took the time to educate themselves. Because if you don't do that, then you're gonna get blown away by people who are much more educated in numismatics, and it's going to be embarrassing. Usually it is. Sometimes you have to feel the heat of embarrassment to become better, and that's okay. But if you're going to get all mad and pissed off because the conversation isn't ending where you want it to be, then you really ought to maybe take a second look at what your priority is when it comes to this hobby. And then, once you assess that, then you can move on to wanting to learn, to be open, to take in the information. Yeah, another good one I hear a lot about. It's got a little weakness there. It's nothing incredible. Might have been a struck through grease, but based off of what I see on the reverse here with the damage, this might be a partial dryer coin. I'll put this one aside. I'll make a kind of like a last minute assessment on this. I don't know. The edge looks okay. as if it's not rolled or anything like that. All right, so we are halfway through our nickel rolls. Nothing substantial yet, and we're looking to change that. All right, so I did do a video. Yikes. I did a video, I believe it was about a year ago, on how to sell on eBay and make more money off of it. I would encourage you guys to check out that video if you can. That video does exist. People are saying, why don't you do a video on this? I'm like, I already did one. So, yeah, I've done those type of tutorial videos. Between the 1,300 or so videos that I have on hand on my channel, it's on there, believe me. There's not too many videos of certain subjects where I haven't talked about. Now, the one thing that I don't talk about that often due to popular demand is the old classic coins. All right? To a lot of people this day and age, especially the current generation of folks, they just don't care about it. I'm like, okay, well, what if you came across one in change? What if you came across a Carson City seated Liberty dime in your change? Okay, you would care then, right? Because that coin could be a few $100. There's another 54D. Wow, we're finding all the wrong coins, I guess. Okay, lost a little bit of this roll. Then we'll be on to roll number 7. Yeah, so if you guys are doing anything 4th of July, hopefully you guys have a safe one. I see the fireworks display stands popping up all over where I live. So let me know what you guys are going to do. If you're doing anything fun, you're going to spend time with family, if that's safe. Or if you're just going to hang out at the house. Or if you're working, too. I know there's a lot of malls and stuff open right now. Yeah. All the kiddies are over there right now. All the teens, the tweens are drinking their smoothies in Starbucks, walking around the mall. All right, probably see less of the adult variety there, of course, for obvious reasons. So if the oldest dated coin we've found so far is a 54, that doesn't bode too well for what we got here. So we got our 64. We're finding our fair share of 60s. Not really exciting. Let's see, 1964 is only one of the most populated kind of like minted coins ever in the history of nickels. Over 1 billion made, I believe, of these 64D, and that's why I keep coming across them. You're bound to find just batches and loads of them. The good news is, on some of those coins, there are repunch mint marks. So you want to make sure you check them out. They're all pretty minor in nature. If you needed to find more information on some of those more obscure repunch mint mark varieties, I would encourage you guys to check out like Variety Vista or Brian Rebar's page, which has all the attribution. So this one feels old, but will it be a pre-1950? It's a Denver. Nope, 52 for crying out loud. Come on. Hey, at least we're getting a little bit older. What's next? 50? If we find a 1950D, I will pay $10 for that into the Blue Ridge bounty pool. That's right, you heard it here first, folks. That would be a good one. It's been a long time, probably 15 years since I found a 1950D. Those coins were generally hoarded upon release, which is why so many of them exist in high grades, even raw. And when you come across a BU roll, the coins themselves are worth about 10 bucks a piece in mint state condition. So, not bad though. If you're able to come across a little mini hoard. Let's see, 85. Yeah, it's getting, I can tell it's getting way more difficult to find 2009 nickels. It used to be probably out of a batch like this, I would find at least one. And what I would do is I would assemble full rolls, and believe it or not, the rolls would sell for like $60. It's the most incredible thing. But that was like 2-3 years after the release of that coin. So back in like 2011, 2013, that was a really good time to look for these coins. Now they're just getting increasingly difficult. If you looked at the mintage figures, you're like, well, it's not particularly like insane as far as how low the mintage is, but if you're comparing that one particular date, whether it's a Philly or Denver, to all the other dates around it, I mean, look at the 2008 nickel. The mintage is what? Probably 4 or 5 times the amount of the 2009. Now, if we are, looking at it, as far as Philadelphia or Denver mint, they're both very difficult. I'd say the Denver is a little bit easier to find, but not by much. So, and the sell rate on them on like eBay is still ridiculous. Now, at first glance, it doesn't look like a lot because it's like, oh, it's sold for $1. That's really not spectacular. But a modern nickel sold for $1, right? You can't do that to any other coin. Now, what I've done in the past, and if you guys wanted to do it, is to buy boxes of rolls from the bank that are brand new and then sell the individual coins for like $1 shipped. All right, so you'll put in a number 10 envelope with a stamp and put the coin in a 2x2, send it off. You're not going to make much, it's going to take 1,000 of them to really make a difference, especially if you're only profiting about 30 cents a piece. But people tend to do that, and what they'll do is they'll supplement the regular sales of their items on eBay. I mean, it has to be worth it, right? Because eBay, charges a certain rate for the fees. So it definitely has to be worth it. But, people are doing that to kind of supplement their other sales. And some people it works out. Me personally, I think it's a waste of time. I don't have a eBay seller store, where you have to actually go out and, file an LLC and all that stuff, or sign up for one. I'm just a regular associate on there where I could list up to 50 items at any one given time, and that is okay with me, for sure. Oh boy, look at that. More crimping damage on that one there. All right, so we got another old nickel here. What do we have? Oh boy, 53. Now it is just simply toying with us. It's really easy to find a pre-1950. Apparently it's not easy on this video because, I'm giving away money for finds like that. But we're down to our last 2 rolls, ladies and gentlemen, of nickels. And I tell you what, I'm going to hook you guys up really nice by the end of this video. If we don't find anything crazy or substantial, I'm going to make it worth your while for watching this video. Faux show. All right, so we haven't found a 09 nickels yet. Believe me, I'm trying, guys. I am trying. And let's see, if I put it out there in the universe, maybe it'll happen. So yes, we will find a 09 nickel before we're all said and done. There's a 60. I don't keep those, although it's Philadelphia. You got that right. I don't keep any 1960s. Okay, we're down to our last half of this roll. So I guess the new West Point State Quarter's out, maybe? What's that, the Salt River Bay or whatever it's called? Or just the new Philadelphia Denvers? I haven't been paying too much attention. See, that's a low D, or that's actually within mid tolerances. If you're able to find one where the D is like in between the 5 and the hair tie that Jefferson's wearing, that's what they consider to be a high D. I've seen those coins sell for like $75 to $100, even all beat up and circulated. So yeah, that would be a smooth kind of find right there if you could. $14 and what is that one? A 99. Okay, well that one didn't have anything. So we're down to our last roll here of nickels. I like nickels. I like going through a full box of them, probably more so than buying actual single rolls from the bank. But we're kind of slow rolling into this kind of like debut spot of the Blue Ridge Bounty. So yeah, look at that thing. Jeez. God, man. So what are you guys doing so far during your summer? I helped my wife do a little camping soiree with the kids and family's kids in our backyard. It was pretty fun for them. All I did was help set up the tent and all that great stuff. 19. Okay. Well, we are down our last little bit, last 2/3 of this roll, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into those quarters. Yeah, appreciate you guys sticking by. Oh, by the way, I know some of you are asking about the new Cherry Pickers guides produced by Whitman Publishing. Haven't heard anything. It was supposed to be released by now, along with the new edition of the Volume 2, which covers half dimes all the way up to gold, which should have been out by now. But as you guys hear of this thing that's going on currently in our world, I'm pretty sure that they have been they put the kibosh on a sort of production as of right now. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is that production of a lot of supplies in general is incredibly depressed to the point where people are kind of like asking their own amount of money for like a certain album. Like Dansco albums right now are expensive. If you need to buy one, because you can't use the regular, I guess, avenues to buy them, like Wizard Coin Supply is one of the partner vendors of Dansco. They're selling for huge premiums right now. Me personally, if you can avoid buying any of that stuff, I would. All right. Cherry Pickers guides are selling for a huge premium today. So definitely beware of just the market manipulation going on right now. It's not worth paying that kind of money, especially when some of the information is available online. In addition, there are some of us, especially on the Coin Q&A panel. Check us out on Facebook. 66. Let's put that one aside. That could be a DDO right there. And yeah, we could help you guys get the answers that you need for some of your coin questions. We are going to go live tomorrow. So there's a 83 right there. As you guys know, I'm hoarding the 83s. So I will pay $2.50 for this one coin. So we're up to 55 bucks. Normally I wouldn't do that, but for you guys, I'm willing to make an exception. Very nice. Yeah. Come check us out. If you guys have coin questions, go ahead and send it to checkmycoin@yahoo.com. And we can take a look at it for you on the live stream, which will be tomorrow night. I believe 7:30 Central is the time, or 5:30 Pacific, as the crow flies. All right, 84. Just like that, we are down one there. All right, so we got 3 more rolls of quarters. We should be ending right beyond the 40-minute mark. No spitting horse. Man, why can't I find one of those? Oh, there's another 83. Go ahead and add 250 more to the bounty pool. So we're up to 57.50. Told you I'm hooking you guys up. Again, if you're joining in late, just to let you know, I will be going through the coins a second time. If there's any additional updates, maybe an error or something that I had missed, I will let you guys know, and then we'll adjust the bounty pool faux show. So I'll let you guys know before the beginning of the next episode, which should be probably tomorrow. Very good. Maybe we'll do pennies tomorrow, if you guys like that sort of thing. Pennies are always fun because you could, for the most part, find anything you want in penny rolls. There's another 66. Put that one aside. If we find that DDR 66, that's going to be a glorious day. That's going to be a coin in that condition. This condition right here, see this? This is probably no better than like a VF25. That DDR is probably like maybe a $600–700 coin, if we find it. But before I get off the video, I'm going to get under a magnifier and check it out real quick. And if it is what it is, then by all means. So you see this right here? It's interesting. I mean, in a way, it is an error of sorts, but you see this little starburst right here coming out? That is actually strike through grease. So what happens when there's grease on the die and the coin is struck, the grease will flow to the side, and this area right here where you see the starburst action is actually slightly incused, where there's been grease that has flowed to the edge of the coin upon the strike. It's not much, but I tell you what, guys, I'll pay you guys $2.50 into the Blue Ridge bounty pool for that one. That's interesting. I usually see them on Choco Culture quarters and a few others. So we're up to what, 60 bucks? Very nice. So there you go. We're down to our last 2 quarter rolls. Let's go and find a little something here. I love the design of the Apostle Islands. That's pretty cool. Does this really exist like this? For those of you that live up in Wisconsin, does it actually look like that, where you have the caves and stuff that you can canoe into? Because that is righteous. That is very cool. Northern Marianas. Yeah, we got a little beat up Oregon right there for you. We're finding a few of the newer quarters. We got some of these samosas. So this is the last bit of the second to last roll of the whole schmear. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. I mean, what do you guys think about the videos thus far? There's 76D right there. Let's see if we can find a DDO there. What do you guys think about these coin roll videos? What do you guys think about the Blue Ridge Bounty? Would love to hear your feedback. Like I had mentioned in yesterday's video, I am currently going through a transitional phase production-wise. I am going to be utilizing OBS Studio to do some of these videos. And, you know, it's going to be a learning curve. So let's see what happens. There's another one of those Apostle Islands. I really would love to know if that's the way it looks in person. All right, one more roll to go. Okay, silver. Let's see. Silver. Oh, well, we can't see the last few coins, but silver is really tough to find in these rolls. It really is. Quarters have been diluted down with all of the national park coins, with all of the state quarters. So that's a 2019 American Memorial, and look how crappy it looks. It doesn't take much for these coins to circulate. 84. Let's see if we can find one more extra. 83. So River of No Return, Denver. Still have not found West Point. I'm telling you, well, they only made 2 million of each design. You know, so some people who have hit like incredible honey holes of this stuff, it's like you gotta understand, you got lucky. The mintages are stupidly small, ridiculously small. So if you think you could just go out and just find them, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you hit the honey hole, then absolutely you'll find them. But aside from that, tough. It's a very difficult coin to find in relation to the actual mintage of the Denvers and Philadelphias. All right, cool. There you go. Another 83D. $2.50 back into the pool. So we're up to $62.50. It's 93 there. No extra leaf. Darn. And the last coin. Ozark Riverways. It's Philadelphia, though. Not in the best of shapes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. I think we hit our 45-minute time limit. So, I tell you what. I am going to add... Let's see. Let's do $20 to the bounty pool, in addition to what else we have found, which was 483 quarters. Nothing in the nickel. I don't think I'm going to count this one as anything spectacular. I mean, it is beat up and it's got issues. But in total, we are at $82.50 to end the video. Not bad. So again, I'm hooking you guys up for the mere fact that you just went through 45 minutes of video. And I want to thank you guys for staying in strong right there toward the end. We are going to do another Blue Ridge Bounty video this week. It's either going to be tomorrow or first thing Friday. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining in on the video. If you haven't already, check out the crash video on the Blue Ridge Bounty, I don't know, beginning. Because that's the video you need to watch and comment on to be a part of this this giveaway at the end of the month. Yeah, we're at $82.50. So I want to thank you guys for joining. As always, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notifications. I believe you gotta hit the bell and it's got a little drop down or something, and you gotta pick, you know, your preferences on there. It's different. They changed it up on us again. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Thank you for joining on this long video and for taking part in the Blue Ridge Bounty pool. I'll see you on the next one. Have fun in the hobby, and talk to you later.